which mob will you vote for? That's honestly the ultimate question right now because Minecraft Live is coming very soon, October 3rd, and we're going to be able to vote for a brand new mob in Minecraft. This trailer is 3 years old, however, it's still relevant today because we're going to be able to choose a mob that we want to see come to the game. And this trailer showcases the mobs from 2017, and as of right now, we don't have any brand new trailers. We don't know what type of mobs we can expect to see, but more than likely, we might be seeing some reoccurring themes. So we're going to be checking out the previous trailers, the old trailers from 2017, initially called Minecon Earth. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and more than likely, we might get some hints or some ideas as to what we can expect to see this year. So for everything Minecraft Live or Minecon related, make sure you guys click that subscribe button, join the Stealth Army. I promise you, we're going to be covering Minecraft Live from start to finish. It's just going to be a blast. Don't forget to hashtag Stealth Army as well, and share some of your mob ideas down below. With that said, let's go ahead and kick things off by hopping onto YouTube and checking out the first trailer for the mobs.
During Minecon Earth, you get to vote on Mob A, the monster of the ocean depths. The monster will attack you with its tongue-like tentacle to pull you down and drown you. It spawns in deep waters and uses its large mouth to propel itself forward. You should vote for this mob because the oceans currently don't have that much content, and it would make it more exciting when traveling from island to island.
The first thing I noticed about this trailer and the mobs is that, technically speaking, all the mobs are either hostile or neutral. I'm not entirely sure about Mob C, but I guess we'll know more in a couple seconds. But definitely Mob A, B, and D are hostile. They're going to attack you if they see you. So that's one interesting thing I've noticed about the mob so far. And even just looking at the style and the design of this mob, I don't feel like we will ever see anything this aggressive again. The jagged teeth and edges, and just how it looks frightening. Like, it looks like a nightmare that wants to eat you. Something that wants to pull you deeper into the ocean. I don't know if we're going to see a design quite like this anymore. It makes the Wither Boss, the Ender Dragon, and Elder Guardians look like puppies and kittens. That's how terrifying this mob is. But let's move on to Mob B.
During Minecon Earth, you get to vote for Mob B, the monster of the night skies. This manta ray-like monster is a flying creature that spawns at high altitudes. It is attracted to insomnia and will find players who haven't slept for many days. It will swoop down in groups and bite your flesh. You should vote for Mob B because there are currently no flying monsters in the overworld.
So there's really not much to go over with this mob because it is the mob that won Minecon Earth that year. If you weren't a part of that year, that's perfectly okay. But Mob B did win over all the other mobs. So phantoms were eventually introduced in Minecraft. I personally did not vote for this mob because just by the description, I knew it was something that eventually would annoy me and I would just get tired of seeing it, and that actually did happen. Phantoms are extremely annoying in my opinion, but some of you guys might disagree with that. Let me know if you like phantoms or if you hate them or if you just want to see them changed. But there is one thing we should keep in mind, and that's the actual design of this mob. And we might see this happen again this year. Hopefully it doesn't, because I'm not a fan of them like changing the design too much like they did with phantoms. And I believe they actually changed the mob at least 2 times, maybe even more than that, but for sure twice. And I'm not sure why they decided to do such an extreme design with the current phantom. It resembles like an undead mob. They just wanted to be able to tie it in with the undead mobs, and I prefer this style. I prefer this design, and I just wish that they would just stick with the original design. Whatever we vote for, or the type of design that is showcased when we're voting for it, they should just stick with that design. But let's go ahead and move on to Mob C.
During Minecon Earth, you get to vote for Mob C, the Great Hunger. This cute-looking mob has a huge mouth and a great appetite for enchanting powers. It will open its huge jaw and sink into the ground where it will camouflage itself. Any mobs or items that fall into its mouth will be consumed. You should vote on this mob because it has some interesting enchanting powers. Maybe you can even use these abilities to your own advantage to add or remove enchantments from your own items.
To this day, I'm still confused and baffled as to why this mob did not win Minecon Earth. I think the hype and excitement of seeing a mob fly in the game just overwhelmed everybody, and they're like, okay, it looks cool, so let's go with that mob over the mob that makes more sense, that actually will change the game entirely. Like, can you imagine a mob that can literally disenchant and enchant for you? That means you're saving XP, maybe you're getting exclusive enchantments that you can only get from this mob as well. The possibilities are just endless, and it looks cute as well. Like, it looks like a little dog with a big head and small little feet. It's just adorable. And it honestly feels like Mojang spent more time on this mob, creating a mob that has a purpose, compared to the other mobs, the monsters and the hostile ones out there that are simply going to attack you when they see you, which is no different for the phantoms. They're basically a big mosquito. So we got a lot of mobs like that in Minecraft that are just going to attack you once they see you, and it gets annoying because we have so many of them. This mob is going to offer more. It's going to be able to disenchant and enchant, which is really cool. But sadly, we're never going to see this mob again. I would love the opportunity to vote for this mob this year, but I highly doubt that's ever going to happen. So all we can do now is wonder. Let's go ahead and move on to the next mob.
During Minecon Earth, you get to vote for mob D, the Hovering Inferno. This is a master blaze, which body parts look like shields that will be used to defend itself. The Hovering Inferno spawns with a group of blazes as a random encounter in the nether. It has a shockwave attack that is very dangerous, and you will definitely need some flame protection to defeat this mob. You should vote for mob D, because it would make the nether even more scary and exciting.
Right off the bat, I just want to say this is one of the coolest looking mobs ever. They did such a great job designing this mob. It looks amazing. But sadly, it's also never coming. I know a lot of people are very upset, especially recently, because we got the Nether update 1.16 and the community was expecting this mob to be introduced in the Nether update. And Jens came out on his Twitter and said it's not happening. None of the mobs, besides obviously the phantoms, are ever going to happen or ever coming to the game. So the community was rightfully upset, and especially something this unique, something that looks cool, and also is going to be very challenging in the nether, especially when it's teamed with the blazes. That's going to be really intense, but we're never getting this mob. But let's go ahead and just talk about everything in general, everything that we know and everything we've seen as a result of these trailers. In conclusion, it's really hard to say if we're going to see any reoccurring themes, if we're going to see mobs that are similar to the ones in 2017, or are they just going to pick mobs from Minecraft Earth, from Minecraft Dungeons? You know, you can flip a coin. But I will say this, based off of the mobs from 2017, there is a really important theme, which are elements. We got earth, wind, water, fire, right? We got mob A, which is water. We got mob B, which is wind or sky. We got mob C, which is earth. And we got mob D, which is clearly fire. So will we see something like that this year? I'm not sure. This was really creative on Mojang's part to do something like this, to have a mob that covered pretty much every single territory, every single element or aspect of the game. So they were definitely thinking about the entirety of Minecraft instead of mobs that were very similar. Every mob offered something slightly different. Some mobs were clearly superior to others. However, we definitely didn't have anything like it in the game at the time. So mad props to Mojang for creating these. Unfortunately, we're not going to see them ever again, but we might get something even better. You never know. Leave your mob ideas down below, guys. What would you like to see this year during Minecraft Live 2020? Leave a like as well if you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget I'll be streaming Minecraft Live from start to finish. So with that said, Stealth Army, you guys are the best, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So take care. Peace.